It's a pleasure to have you here. We're coming to you live from digital address GA0992539. Also live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 144, and around the world at myjoyonline.com. Now, on June 16, 1979, former head of state Ignatius Kutu Acheampong and former Border Guards commander Major General Edward Kutu Utuka were executed. Well, as we build up to the second in our series of crimes that shook the nation, titled Scars of the Revolution, here's why they were killed and what the family of General Utuka went through after his demise.
On January 13, 1972, barely 2 weeks into the new year, soldiers led by then Colonel Ignatius Kutu Acheampong of the 1st Infantry Brigade overthrew the democratically elected government of Dr. Kofi Abrefa-Busia.
There has not been an election. There has only been an adventure by a small band of the military people stationed in Accra.
This was his justification.
I would like to emphasize immediately that this coup was not initiated by the armed forces merely to satisfy our selfish ends. The takeover was occasioned principally by the hypocrisy of the Busia regime, coupled with the inefficient management by that regime of our economy.
6 years later, on July 5, 1978, General Acheampong was deposed in the palace coup led by his second-in-command, General F.W.K. Akufu. At the time of the June 4th uprising, Acheampong was confined to his village of Trabom in the Ashanti region. He was apprehended, as were other high officials of the Supreme Military Council regime. In the early hours of 16 June 1979, Acheampong and commander of the Border Guards unit, Major General E.K. Utuka, were dragged from their places of confinement and shot and killed. Wife of General Utuka, JUSTINE Utuka, tells us what happened to the husband.
On the 16th of June, early in the morning, the presidential chaplain and Father Kumesi, all from Bema camp. Father Kumesi comes from my area. I saw him carrying my husband's bag. They were about to say the 6 o'clock news. So he asked my cousin Vic to switch off the radio. And they sat down. And they said, let us pray. So I bowed down my head, we prayed. And Father Kumesi, who speaks my dialect, said, the day before, the previous day, they came to tell him that he should come to his chapel. They are going to pray for those who are going to be executed. So he saw my husband with General Acheampong handcuffed. They were brought there. So my husband handed over his bag to him to be brought to me.
According to the military government, they were convicted of squandering government funds by revolutionary courts. But a retired Air Force officer, Colonel Kofi Abaka Jackson, in 2003 gave evidence before the National Reconciliation Commission insisting General Utuka was executed to satisfy the other ethnic groups whose members in the military were being executed. The eldest daughter of General Utuka, Doris Utuka Gaba, agrees.
It's not every military officer who was happy with what happened. They may keep quiet, but a lot of people talked. A lot of people told us things. Even when they were in prison in Isawam, it was not, most people were not happy to see them there. And those were the last hours they had with them. People talked. The soldiers who were guarding them talked. People were guarding them, and for whatever reason, they were going to execute him. People heard it. and they informed us. It will interest you to know that, in fact, I wish to God, I would like to meet those who buried them when they were executed. They were very, very kind to the family. They made sure we could identify everybody. To the extent that when the bodies were exhumed to 37, there was no need for DNA. So you could see that somebody had deliberately made sure that these bodies should be identified.
Her younger sister, Elizabeth Utuka, believes that if their father had been given a fair trial by a court of competent jurisdiction, he would have survived.
I don't think that he and his colleagues were properly tried. I've always said that if my father had a fair trial where he was allowed to defend himself with a lawyer like Mr. Rawlings had when he attempted the May 15th. He was being tried by the military tribunal. He had a lawyer to defend himself. So why didn't he give them that opportunity? For a long time, what one felt was some kind of a trauma. It was a very traumatic experience, which took many, many years for me to get better. There was a point in time when I hardly watched the news when certain people are in power. I don't watch TV. And then for many years, the eve of June 4th, the day and after, I don't listen to radio, TV, I don't watch TV. I don't read the newspapers. I just shut down.